A couple people are writing about the potential return for Patrick Kane. I know Charlie Roumeliotis said tonight, like it would be maybe just a second round pick and that's it. That would surprise me.
That'd be very surprising.
A little bit. I was talking to an agent tonight who thought that the return would be similar to what the Flyers got for Claude Giroux from the Panthers, which was Owen Tippett and a first-round pick.
A third-round
pick. And then the Panthers also sent some pieces back the other way. Yeah.
There were a couple.
The Flyers sent an extra like late round pick or something.
Prospect-y guys.
I would be surprised if you get that much for Kane, but I think it's going to be more than just a second. Look, there is pressure on the Rangers to get Kane now, to get this deal done.
Especially since the Devils just got Timo Meier.
Yeah, I just don't think
everybody has expected this trade to be done, so now there is a little pressure on Chris Drury. He can't completely lowball it because Kyle Davis is say, no thanks.
That's right.
And you're the guy that screwed up this sure deal, and now you got to tell your fans who are already buying Patrick Kane Rangers jerseys.
Yeah.
Putz. And now that guy wasted his, $200, and
he's not the only one
because Chris Drury didn't want. So there's some pressure on him now.
Yeah.
If it's just a second round pick, I'd be surprised if they get what the Flyers got for Claude Giroux. Sign me up.
Yeah, sign
me up. Owen Tippett's been a really good NHL player today.
Yeah.
If it's a first round pick, even if it's next year, I'm good with that. But we'll see. I mean, we probably have to wait till Friday. It sounds like it because each passing day gives.
Some have said as early as tomorrow, but
I think they can do it as early as tomorrow. But I think Friday would probably be when we actually see it happen, and preferably if you're listening, Kyle Davidson. We know lots of people on Madison listen. 1:02 p.m. would be a great time to make that official
on Friday.
We will be on the air for 2 hours Friday from 1 through the actual deadline. So, 2 o'clock is the deadline. So we'll be on for the last hour of the deadline and then an hour after as all those late things trickle through.
Yeah.
So 1:02 p.m. on Friday would be ideal, please.
And there's some pressure on Chris Drury and the Rangers too because all the maneuvering that they've had to do with the cap situation, it's been very, very clear what they're trying to do, how much money they're trying to afford, and who they're doing it for. And they played a game the other night where they were short skaters. So it's like you're making sacrifices in real games that matter for in the standings to get Patrick Kane. And if you don't end up getting him
because you lowball him.
Because you say, well, I think I have all the leverage, so screw you. Here's a future second, and Davidson could say, well, that's not worth it. Then it's on Drury to say, you have to come up and make the deal. So there is pressure on him, and if it falls through, then hey, I think the ball is clearly in the Rangers' court since Patrick Kane has made it very clear that he wants to go to New York and New York only. And Kyle Davidson, look, if this was still a back and forth of trying to get something done, I think Kane is still with the team. The fact that he's back here in Chicago and doing off ice or doing on ice workouts away from the team, the deal is all but done. It's just when it's going to be made official. So I hope that all of that has been worth it for the Rangers to do all that finagling to get Kane in, and I hope it's made worthwhile on the Blackhawks side. It's going to be it's kind of been a slow burn of the acceptance of this trade coming since it's kind of the writing's been on the wall the last couple of days, but it's still, once it's made official, whether it's tomorrow, Wednesday, Friday at 1:02, whatever it is. It's still going to sting, but I think it's kind of knowing it's coming, knowing the path that it's gone down. It's made it a little bit easier to be like, all right, let's get it. Let's rip the Band-Aid off.
I think everybody is ready for it to just be over and done with at this point. Even the biggest Patrick Kane fans that want him here forever are ready to be like, okay, let's do it. And no, I really don't think Davidson would walk away, but you got to at least threaten to play that card.
Yeah.
You have to at least
bluff. Don't insult me.
Yeah, I know. I don't think he he pulls the plug on this trade, but he at least has to make Chris Drury think that he may. So it's going to be a game of chicken, and we'll see.
I mean, it's his biggest deal as a GM. So
right,
it's not one to stumble over for sure.
Well, by the way, the Rangers play Wednesday and Thursday, so they play the Flyers Wednesday night, the Senators Thursday night. So if they can make it happen Wednesday, maybe it's Wednesday at 12:01 a.m. or something like that, so they can get Kane over there and get him in the lineup against Philly. But we'll see. You mentioned it's his biggest deal. I will say, if I have one small criticism of Kyle Davidson, or I think it's a valid criticism, is the bigger the names he's traded, the lower the return has been. He hasn't gotten a ton for DeBrincat. I think we're going to get into the McCabe and Lafferty trade. I would say a little less than we were expecting, maybe, when we were going to look at the collective of what those two would bring back.
And a little less than I think some people in Toronto thought they would have to give up.
Yeah. So, and if the rumors are, and I'll say this too, I think a lot of the people who are taking stabs at the return are guessing. I have spoken to people inside the organization that don't know what the deal is yet, specifically. So I would be surprised if people like us have the specifics. I think a lot of people are just kind of guessing.
Yeah.
And we've done a lot of guessing this trade season and been wrong a lot more than we've been right. So it's the risk you take. That's why I don't like to deal much in rumors a lot, because you're wrong a lot more than you're right.
Well, it's rare when someone says, like, everyone's saying, like, the deal's in place, they're just waiting. If that was the case, we
know what
know
it is.
The details by now.
It would be out by now.
Someone would have specifics by now, and there's no specifics yet.
Right. Which means I think there's a framework, this or this or, but yeah, you're right. If there were if it was done and they're just waiting for the whatever time they can make it done so they fit it, somebody would have that out there.